Welcome to episode 38 of A Fighting Chance. I'm Jared, and of course, we've got Salvador Garcia. What's going on, my friend?
What's up, brother?
I didn't even say your name. I said Salvador Garcia. We got Salvador Garcia. Dude, how are you? How are you after a beautiful UFC Noche? How are you after
I like how you switched it. UFC Noche.
Noche UFC?
Yeah.
Whatever. I couldn't hear it again. I was so over it. I was really over all of it, honestly.
Yeah, it was a little corny. I think they could have done it a little more legit, but whatever. They threw it together last minute.
The thing is, I just want to know why. I guess the whole time I'm just like, they don't do it for any other country's independence. Like, why? Why?
I mean, I guess because of like at least in boxing, Mexicans go deep. You know what I mean? And Canelo usually fights on Independence Day.
So this is marketing. This is just marketing.
Yeah, and I think this is the first one in a while that he hasn't fought on. So I guess they wanted to take the spot.
If this is what we need to do to be able to get Brandon Moreno doing commentary, then that's fine, because that was the best 2-fight commentary I've ever heard.
Yeah.
And dude, that he can't do that anymore.
What do you mean?
He can't go back to the desk.
Why?
Because he talks too fast.
Oh, you're being sarcastic. I got you.
Yeah, he talks way too fast, dude.
I thought he was fine. I think he just sounded nervous. And he even said it like English is not his first language. Oh,
okay. Don't make me out to be the asshole. I'm just the guy trying to pay attention to some fights here.
I thought it was better than Dominic Cruz. So.
Oh, no way. Dom's good. Dom takes a cerebral approach.
Yeah, I was.
No, dude.
I'd rather Michael Bisping. Your favorite.
I would rather Bisping than Brandon Moreno.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's big news.
It's very big news. Did you enjoy the fights?
Yeah, I thought it was a good card. I think the last, the energy kind of dropped out on the last two. I mean, I take that back. On the co-main, I think the energy kind of dropped. The Shevchenko fight was pretty awesome. But
that fight could have gone either way, man. The Kevin Holland fight, it's just because you want it to be something like fireworks, and you want it to be everything that it has potential to be, but at the same time, there's always that chance it's just going to be a boring strategic thing,
or even just like a little bit definitive. Like it was pretty up in the air. You could honestly give it to either guy and have solid points.
Yeah, which is not what you want with either one of those guys.
No, but they'll move on. I think it's better for at least Holland taking the loss to be like, I didn't get whooped by this prospect or whatever. It was pretty competitive.
Right. My thing is like, I want, Jack to climb the ranking and knock out Ian Gary, but my fear is Ian could beat Jack.
Well,
which is really hard for me to say.
I have something written down that I guess ties into this, because I wanted to bring up what potential hype trains are there right now that could get fraud checked in the near future.
Well, I think you wrote this.
Yeah, hype train fraud check.
That's very professional.
And I think that it could be Ian Gary versus JDM next.
Yeah, but right now, based off of Jack's last two performances, I feel like Ian could win.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think I think the boxing is pure enough that it'll break through, because Ian has been clipped very frequently.
But he's the striker of the future.
Bro, Dude, see, look, I can't even remember the name of this guy, but it was the Asian dude he fought. The one right before he clipped him hard.
Right, but nothing happened. He recovered.
But I'm saying, if you can get clipped from that guy. Kenan Song. Who, I mean, no disrespect, the guy can hit hard, but still, I think if JDM is able to really get there in the range and box him up, then Kevin Holland's hard to hit for anybody. Mm-hmm. I think Wonderboy's the only one who's made it look, easy, and that's because it's Wonder Boy. I mean, that's the kicks were the big difference.
All right, so throw out some other names here.
Other hype train fraud checks.
Yeah,
I think Bo Nickel could very well get fraud check next fight.
Is that considered fraud check though? Because he's only had 4 fights.
Yeah, that's like, I mean, that's technically what it is. Like, if they get matched up with anyone like semi good and they get destroyed or something, then.
So you don't think Bo Nickel is good?
No, I think he's good. I think he's got good ability, but we haven't seen against any like decent competition. You know what I mean? He's looked good against what he's supposed to look good at. Yeah. So, but there's no real.
But now he's knocked out a dude, and now Raul has knocked out a dude. So it's not like they just have this grappling wrestling thing going on. They got hands too.
Yeah, but even Raul's win over Jay Perrin is more credible than like what Bo Nickel has done to this point.
I don't know. That last guy Bo Nickel fought was pretty good, man.
The long guy, the lawn care guy.
That's rude. That guy's a fighter.
Yeah,
that guy's a fighter.
But I think he could get checked next. I think Paddy Pimblett. I like Paddy Pimblett, but I definitely think
he's already been checked.
Not technically, not like someone just went in there and just whooped him. Like he had a close fight with Jared.
Yeah, but that's Jared Gordon.
Exactly. So it's like whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But now they're talking about like him, Moicano, these bigger matchups. I think that's somewhere where he could get hurt.
Did you hear Moicano on Believe You Me?
No. Dude. Is it good?
I feel a little bit like you and I started this Moicano social media train because like I think we were one of his first interviews. Like I think we were. I mean, because at that point he didn't even have a channel. So if you go back like a year ago, like it was his pre-Moicano's channel. He wasn't. I mean, this was right after the Moicano Wants Money. He really wasn't. I remember when we did that interview because I was like looking up other Moicano interviews, and like he went on Ariel, but like there wasn't like a bunch of people hitting up Moicano for interviews.
Well, no, he had never been that vocal before. Like he had put on good fights, but
dude, he is so vocal now. It's awesome.
Yeah,
it's crazy. It's
Twitter's the best,
dude. But he was talking to Bisping and Anthony Smith, and it genuinely sounds like it's like. It sounds like a soundboard of just like clips. Like it just sounds like he's like hitting these clips. He's like, Moicano wants money, Bisping. It's just wild. Like I love it. It makes me so happy. Dude, I entered his live stream like 2 weeks ago, and because I was like, oh, Moicano's live. I'm gonna go check this out. And as soon as I entered it, he literally is like, subscribe, motherfucker. I'm like, oh my God. Like, he's like calling me out.
We got to get him back on again sometime.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of his channel, though.
For sure.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
Man, so what did you think of the 6th ever split draw in the championship fight this weekend between Alexa Grasso and
There's been
Shevchenko?
6 draws in title fights?
There's been 6. I think the last one before this was Figgy and Moreno. There was Tyre Woodley and Wonderboy. BJ Penn against somebody. I can't remember their name.
Dude, these things shouldn't happen for title fights.
Yeah, I mean, I don't agree with the 10-8 round. But I think Alexa won. I think they just, I don't know. I think they boofed the scorecards on that one.
I think both ladies fought really well.
Yeah, it was super, super competitive.
Yeah, I think it was a great fight.
I just think Alexa had the more dominant moments, did more damage. She dropped her. That was very big.
Do you know what? This is one of those fights that you listen to people that you respect and who they think won the fight. And it's pretty interesting the amount of people who really think that Alexa won 3 rounds and think that Valentina won 3 rounds.
Yeah, it's very all over the place. I haven't seen like a set narrative on who won.
No, but people like I would normally get my information from. It's like you could be like, oh, this person thinks like I mean, you get John McCarthy who thinks Alexa won 3 rounds. You got Bisping who thinks Valentina clearly won 3 rounds. Like it maybe even 4 rounds. He said, like there's a lot of people that are just.
I saw that. I don't know about 4 rounds.
Right.
I don't think you can.
But I mean, I don't know. I mean, she obviously did great on the ground, and her jab was really doing a lot. I mean, she did a good job all around. So it's a tough one. But okay, it's a tough one until she got on the microphone, and then I'm like, I really don't want her to win. So
yeah, she gets salty when she loses. She's
dude,
not,
she got horrible.
This is ridiculous.
If this
the judges
oh man,
on the Mexican Independence Day.
That is not 10-8.
Yeah, I don't know. I get the frustration because it was close, but I also think you got to do a little more than what they're pointing out that she did to win the belt back. You know what I mean?
And right after, when you're standing there with somebody who literally just went through the exact same thing you went through, just have some class, go back to your locker room, watch the fight, and then gain some perspective. You were just in there for 25 minutes. How are you going to be able to be like, definitively, I won 1-3? And like, how are you can't do that.
Yeah. And that didn't look like a Shevchenko fight. Like, you know, she struggled at certain points way heavier than she's ever struggled before. So I think she was frustrated that she wasn't able to dominate like she thought she would have dominated.
Yeah, she was thinking for total domination, get her out in the first round. She was
even saying it about the first fight, like I was winning all 4 rounds and then I just made a mistake. Like she's kind of in denial of what Alexa's capable of.
I think so too,
which is a lot.
I just think, well, these women have closed the gap on the talent. I mean, there really is. I mean, this top 4, they could all give Valentina problems. And the thing is, that doesn't take away from how good Valentina is. It's just saying other people have gotten better.
Dude, she's a pioneer.
Right. And she's still great.
Top 3, top 2 all-time women's MMA.
Yeah, look at Tony Ferguson, also a pioneer. He's not so great anymore. So like
and he doesn't have anywhere near the success, unfortunately, as Valentina had.
I know. Because you could go back and watch Tony versus any good fight before he tripped over those wires, and it's better than every Valentina fight that's ever happened.
Bold statement.
It is. That is.
But I agree.
Okay, well, whatever. Just watch Tony versus Josh Thompson. Like that's the only fight you ever need to watch for the UFC.
Or Tony versus Pettis. Even right after he destroyed his leg, he still came in. Absolutely demolished. But I don't know. Every fight is great.
But there was other great fighters on this card. There was an amazing performance by Loopy Godinez.
Loopy looked like a world champion.
Yeah,
granted it was against Elise Reed, so I mean.
Oh, come on, dude. Elise Reed is a great fighter.
She didn't look like she knew how to fight at all.
Dude, no, that was the first women's fight. That
fight I think had all 10-8. There was one scorecard that was like 30-24.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. But probably the right scorecard. Yeah, I was bummed out for the stoppage, the no contest. That was unfortunate.
Oh yeah,
the choke.
Yes.
I always get bummed out for that because nobody got their win money, and it's like, what are they gonna do?
And it makes the ref look incompetent. Like everyone loses.
Everyone loses. There's no right answer in that. You don't like restart. Like there's nothing really that you can do. But the thing is, I would hope for because these guys train so hard, and to go out there and just get your show money, I would hope that they'd split the money. I would hope split the win money or give them both win money, and let us know that you actually did that as the UFC, because they didn't do anything wrong. Neither one of those guys.
Well, and the guy who won, I mean, that's not fair to him. Like he's not stopping the fight. He locked the choke in.
Right.
Ref pulls him off. He thinks he just got a submission win in the first round, and now they're like, no, it's a no decision. I mean, that what a up and down of emotions.
Yeah.
But that's how it goes in the fight game, you know. You can ask Jake Paul about it. He knows about the fight game.
Yeah. He's pretty good. But are you getting excited for Jake Paul's next fight?
No, not at all. I don't even know what it is.
I don't
think he's fighting.
One? Does he have one?
I know his brother's fighting.
Are you getting excited for that?
Not really.
Are you getting excited for KSI versus Tommy Fury?
Not at all.
What about just John Fury doing any form of content?
Yes.
What about that? Are you 100%. Excited for that? Dude,
Very.
One of the craziest things I've ever clicked on was yesterday. I clicked on Adin Ross interviewing KSI and Tommy Fury and John Fury.
Yeah.
And
I saw that happened. I haven't seen it though.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. Like content like that level of just it's a train wreck, you know? It's a complete train wreck, but it's awesome. Like it is such a beautiful train wreck that they have. Dude, they had Adin did Sean O'Malley and Aljo when they were fighting.
Yeah, I never got around to did you watch it?
Yes.
Was it good?
It's so funny, man. And that's the thing. It's so funny because he's like, dude, he literally goes,
It's a casual pretty much.
Dude, that's why it's so funny. Like, that's why it works, because it's not this serious thing. Dude, he literally asked both of them. He goes, Sean, Aljo, who do you guys think is going to win? It was awesome. Sean's like, I think I'm going to win. And he's like, and you? And he's like, I think I'm going to win. It's pretty great stuff.
Speaking of young guys, Raul Rosas, a weird transition, but Raul Rosas,
it worked.
Got a knockout. That was pretty nice.
It was nice. It ruined my parlay, but that's fine.
You bet against him?
No, I didn't bet against him. I had like an over/under parlay, and I had that one over 1.5 rounds, which was a big mistake.
I picked him by sub first round.
Nice.
Because I thought he would have been heavy chasing. You know, he's a good grappler, but I was not expecting a.
But he's also gone to decision quite a few times.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
But I mean, those are against other grapplers that can kind of hang with him. Like,
right. That's true.
If there's a deficiency, he'll probably submit him. But good for him. So my question here is, do you think Raul Rosas Jr. can become champion before John Jones did, to make him the youngest UFC champion of all time?
No.
21. Think about it. He's 18 right now.
Uh-huh.
Getting wins over solid veterans. Knocking them out. Finishing them. Raul Rosas.
Who's he getting wins? He's a veteran?
Terrence Mitchell was on the Ultimate Fighter with Kai Kara France that season. He's been around for a while. I'm just saying, like, he's 18, getting real wins.
But you're talking about a title. Terrence Mitchell is not in the top 15.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying he's getting good wins now against veterans. You don't think that 3 years is enough time to develop and break into the top 15? And
not if he doesn't have it. Not if he doesn't have the. I'm just saying, like, sure, it's enough time, but if he doesn't have it right now, like the ability to hang with those guys, I just need to know right now if it's that he's just fighting easy talent or not. I don't know that. That's what I'm saying.
I just think it's so early to discount him, because like he literally hasn't even grown up yet. Like, he looks way bigger coming into this fight than he did last fight.
So you think before 21 he'll be a champion?
I think so. Or at 21, I'm saying.
Okay. He's what? What? He's 135?
135. 35, I think he'll eventually end up moving to 45, because he does look pretty big for 35. I know it's easier to cut when you're younger, but then you can start getting old. Unless you're Jose Aldo. Jose Aldo somehow like reversed everything.
I don't know. He seems all right.
They call him Meep Meep on online.
They call him what?
Meep Meep, like the Roadrunner from the Looney Tunes. Meep Meep.
Yeah.
Because of how he sounds. It's pretty mean.
That's interesting. I hear it now.
Yeah. Meep Meep.
That's funny. I like that. That is what he sounds like.
Yeah, so if you look at all the comments, it's like, oh, Meep got a knockout.
Oh, okay.
Meep won. Meep 2024 champion or something like that.
Yeah, he does have a very interesting
he does
sound to his voice, that's for sure.
But I'm rooting for him. I think he's got a bright future.
You young kids got to stick together. I like that.
Yeah.
You're rooting for your own. I like it. I'm rooting for Valentina. I'm an old guy. I get it.
So we were talking about Jack Dela earlier. We mentioned him. I've been seeing this fight rumor circulate a lot. JDM versus Gilbert Burns. What do you think about that? Too early? Too soon? Too late? What do you think?
I wish Gilbert hadn't have taken 3 fights so back to back. Because
do you think the matchup specifically or just fights in general?
I just wish he hadn't have taken that Bilal fight.
Right.
Just that one. Yeah. Everything else was looking really good, but I wish he waited longer for the Bilal fight, even though it was, I'm sure, a great payday and they saved the card and everything. But that was
he took
a
chance.
bummer. Yeah, no, for sure. And that's the thing about a chance is if it would have worked out, nobody'd be saying anything like this. But that's a great fight. I think that's too big of a jump for Jack right now.
Got you. So having seen the Holland fight, you think the jump to Burns is a little much?
Well, there's a lot in between that make more sense.
So then what do you want? You want like a JDM Shavkat fight? Is that what you're talking about? Is that what you're proposing?
No, I think that even like JDM Vicente Luque makes sense right now. I think JDM Sean Brady makes sense right now. I think JDM Ian Gary makes more sense. I think JDM like Jeff Neal, JDM.
Whoa, I didn't even think of that. That needs to be booked ASAP.
Like I think these make more sense. Like
imagine the boxing in that fight.
That's a great fight, right?
God.
Yeah, for sure. I
you
like
heard
that.
It here. Jared Harrell wants Jeff Neal versus JDM.
Yeah, I like that fight a lot.
I like it.
And then because I think Shavkat's already gotten through Jeff Neal, so you can't just skip these guys. I know JDM's on like a 17 fight win streak, but at the same time you can't skip because the middle of divisions are basically in the top 3 without getting the fights.
Okay, I get what you mean. Yeah,
like a lot of those divisions, they're just like any of those guys could be. Look what Sean Strickland just did. He was in the middle of a division.
So with that logic, why is that too much of a jump for Jack?
Because it's disrespectful.
But what if it's against a person like Burns who doesn't care about the ranking? He's been very vocal. He's like, we're fighting and I'll fight anyone, anytime, any place. I mean, look, he took on number 11 Shavkat, who I think was, or not Shavkat, 11 Hamzat, who I think was a much more terrifying prospect than De La Madalena.
I think it's a really good. No, I want the fight. It'd be a great fight. I just I want a little bit of a slower burn right now for Jack.
Jack should also take some time off. Because
he's fought a lot.
Yeah, these last 2 months he's taken pretty tough fights. And it hasn't looked better because of it. You know what I mean? Like, it's pretty lackluster last fight. Way more lackluster than one before.
And he seems a little too relaxed right now, based off of like them going like you don't want to. Okay, he's getting wins, but he's definitely losing the excitement factor of the fans, and you don't want that.
Yeah, he's getting. I hate to say it, but he's getting fraud checked.
Well, because the thing is, he doesn't have a very exciting personality that people are going to be like, oh, they love him because he knocks people out in the first round.
And what he had, that's what he had coming in was just violence, but that has not been there. I mean, I guess just this fight, because the last fight was very exciting.
For sure. The last fight was way
nuts.
more testing.
Yeah. This was not nuts at all. This was pretty boring.
Yeah.
I'm surprised it was so boring, not from JDM's side, because I can see him it looked like he couldn't figure out Holland, but Kevin didn't really do much. Like usually he'll make it a little dirtier. I guess he got caught in this whole like I want to fight for my ranking. I got a win streak. He got kind of caught up in that whole playing it safe thing, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. They're both great though. I just I really think it was like a style that was going to create a boring fight because nobody wants to get knocked out by either one of those dudes.
Yeah, and at least one time each, they both got tagged with a heavy shot. I'm sure they felt that and were like, "I'm good."
And they were having fun in there. I mean, Kevin, they were talking. They were having a good time.
Dude,
literally, Kevin was like, "You want to train with me sometime?"
The Chiesa curse, it stands.
It does. I found that to be interesting. I found that to be very interesting.
For all the people who don't know, every single person that has beat Michael Chiesa in his career has gone on to lose the next fight. And Kevin Holland kept it alive.
Pretty crazy curse.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Like, is it even worth beating him if you're just going to,
Yeah, just take the loss against Chiesa.
Yeah. Just move on.
We got a card coming up this weekend.
Yeah, I got some nice points up in here. Some talking points.
What you got,
man? So this weekend we got Rafael Fiziev versus Mateusz Gamrot. I want to ask this question because I'm looking at this fight. I'm looking at what both guys do.
He's technically. I don't mean to correct you, but he's technically not a Rafael.
Rafael?
He would have to be. He's not Brazilian.
Rafael. Oh, my bad. I'm just so used to it.
I know, but I just you're a casual when you say that.
My bad. Rafael Fiziev.
He's like,
I believe
he's like from Croatia or something crazy. He's not from Croatia. He's like Georgian.
He's not Georgian, right? Is he?
I think he might be.
Let's see. Let's figure this out before we continue talking on this man.
I know he's not a Rafael. That's all I know.
Oh, he's from Kazakhstan.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I said
Very nice.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Yes, much.
So is Rafael Fiziev.
Uh-huh.
I mean, in my opinion, is a lock to win.
Nice.
It's a 100% lock to win.
Yo, Gamrot's so good though. What are you talking about?
I think Gamrot is very good. I think Gamrot is scrambly. He's kind of awkward. He's got great jiu-jitsu. But having watched the Rafael dos Anjos fight with Fiziev and how he was able to stuff any grappling attempt, right? I don't think I think that holds up, and I don't think Fiziev. I don't think Gamrot can hang with him on the feet. Right.
I bet he's got to be a heavy favorite based off of the logic you just broke down.
Probably, and his stock didn't drop after the last fight with Gaethje.
No.
If anything, it went up. I know a few people that had him winning.
Definitely.
Let me see the odds. Yeah, he's a favorite. He's not a huge favorite, but he's the favorite.
Like over 200?
Minus 160.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Based off of you saying 100% lock, that's pretty good.
Well, I'm biased, I guess, or whatever.
No, he's one of my favorites too.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan. Big fan. Cool. Well, I would take him for sure. I also am very excited for this is where the Dan Ige fight is on this card, right?
Dan Ige. I also have another Dan Ige question.
Yeah.
Can Dan Ige break through the gatekeeper role?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
With his power?
No.
And his ability?
No.
Because he showed flashes before.
Yeah.
Where he's just like a freaking freight train, but I guess these bigger fights, he just kind of crumbles. I
don't think he's all there enough to get to the top.
Mentally?
Yes.
Or
yes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
How so?
Come on, dude. Come on.
Come on, MMA guru. Lay it down for me.
I'm not the guru, dude. There is already a guru.
Get into this man's psychology.
No, I don't want to do that. He's a really, really nice guy. I just think if you're cracking into the top 5, I think he should take in too much damage already.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's fought a lot.
Right.
He came off Contender Series, like 2018, 2019?
Yeah, but I think that plays a big part of getting into the top 3 of any division is not having as much damage done.
So this weekend, though, he's fighting Bryce Mitchell, who's another
coming off
guy
a
that
horrible performance.
Who's coming off a horrible performance and is saying insane stuff in the media. Just like
what?
Have you
What
seen
do you
any
mean?
of
Any
that?
new stuff?
Dude, he was saying that
New stuff. He's always crazy. What do you
dude,
mean?
I know, but it's been worse lately.
I'll have you know, I usually agree with him. So what's he saying now?
The first thing that came out, that wasn't
Yep.
like him saying anything crazy, but it was just a crazy video. He was like, guys, my ex-wife just what was it? She destroyed my fruit trees and she's trying to kill me and my family. She destroyed all my fruit trees and she's coming after me and she's trying to kill my family. And he's just doing this on like his Instagram or whatever.
Right.
He's like, I need all of the people of Arkansas to protect me. This lady is coming for me. She's trying to kill my family. And then the next video was like, I think the day before 9/11, he goes on and he starts saying that it was a hoax and he started like all of that. He started doing the whole
whole that 9/11 was an inside job stuff.
Yeah, dude.
He's doing that on
a week before his fight. And people are just like, man, he has lost his mind.
Has he though?
Yes.
People can't forget, Sal.
Maybe I don't think he had his mind. I'm just gonna ignore.
People can't forget.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say.
Yeah.
Stick with.
That's for the other podcast, bro. That's for your.
Stick with Bryce.
Yeah.
Bryce is trying to help us all out.
Yeah, man, he's enlightening us.
That's for your what other podcast?
I don't know. Didn't you say that you got like demonetized like 3 times or something, or taken down?
Demonetized, dude. You got to make money to get demonetized.
True. Or strikes.
Yeah, I got some strikes, but like that, YouTube and I are good. We sat down, we had a meeting.
We're homies.
Good. Yeah, yeah. I said, I'm not Steve Will Do It, guys. Come on.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So before we get too far into the card, I have another thing. Staying on topic with 55 and Fiziev and all that.
Mm-hmm.
We obviously have Charles Islam coming up in October.
Yes, we do. On my birthday, once again.
So let's say both scenarios that are primed up after that fight. Islam wins, you're doing the Volk rematch. Charles wins, you're in this weird, like, do you do an Islam rematch? Does Volk fight Charles? So essentially, the top is tied up with matchups already. Now looking at, you got like Gaethje, Poirier, Fiziev, all these guys that are top 5. Who do you think rightfully should get the title shot? Like, do you think there should be more fights between those guys in the top 5, or there's somebody already that's clear?
Gaethje is clear.
Gaethje is completely clear.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah. Fiziev wins this weekend. He fights Poirier next.
I like that.
Thank you. I've been thinking about it. Man,
you got some bangers going on today, huh? Jesus.
Yeah.
Jeff Neal, JDM, Poirier, Fiziev.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's what I think. And I think that if Islam beats Charles easily and doesn't take any damage, I think that you could book him and Gaethje pretty soon after that.
So you're saying you don't do Volk, you do Islam Gaethje?
You can't. You got it because Illia and Volk hasn't been booked yet. That's going to get booked.
You think
first? Yeah. They're not going to book Islam versus Volk before Volk versus Illia.
But check this out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Volk just defended the 45 belt, so he doesn't have to defend it again.
He said he's
immediately.
Going to.
He said he's doing it next. I thought he said he's calling for the Volk rematch.
No, he said he's gonna. He said he said I'm gonna beat Illia and then fight Volk or fight Islam at UFC 300.
So he'd have to fight what in December and then turn around in like March. He's gonna do that.
Yes.
Dude, I think they should hold out Volk until UFC 300 versus Islam. And then if it's not Islam, you fight Topuria. Let Volk's... I know he has a few injuries right now. Let him heal up a little bit. Imagine 300 Volk versus Islam 2.
Imagine Max Holloway versus Illia Topuria to get to Volk.
to get to Volk.
Yes.
I think that's more likely to happen than him just getting a shot.
Illia?
Yes.
No, I think he would get a shot right now.
It doesn't seem like they really want to do it, though. I feel like they would have booked it already. It seems like they're waiting out for something.
I mean, he's definitely the number one contender.
I guess, yeah. How's Brian Ortega doing right now? How close is he to coming back?
Dude, it's so crazy because that's still the craziest fight Volk's had.
It is. It's the toughest fight, maybe other than Islam. But Islam never had him on like almost finished like that. Like that was fully locked in.
Dude, those fights were that fight was nuts though.
So say Brian Ortega, he's been out I think over a year already.
Yeah.
Say he's able to come back by the end of the year. What stops you from doing Brian Ortega, Illia, Topuria?
It's a good question. It's a really good question. What stops Illia versus Yair right now?
Exactly. Like I think, look, I'm a Topuria fan. I think he can go to the top. I think he can become champion.
Yeah.
But a win over Josh Emmett, who just got beat the fight before that.
Right. No, I'm with you.
It's not the best look. You know what I mean?
Okay, so Illia versus Yair.
I say book it. Book it right now.
Yeah.
You know what? Book it on 300. Who wouldn't want to watch that?
Yeah. No, I would love that.
Right?
Yeah, for sure.
That clears up 45. I mean, at least if Topuria wins. If Yair wins, that's a weird spot. I think if Yair wins, then you rematch Brian. Because that fight didn't really happen.
That's true. I like Yair a lot.
Yeah, man. That sucks that he didn't pull it off. I mean, he had moments. He definitely had Volk like scrambling in there. You can tell that was. It's like, oh shit, I gotta get this guy down and finish this because it's not looking good.
Who? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Who is it that says your rear? Is it Chael? Your rear. Your rear Rodriguez.
Chael's wild.
Chael. Oh, Chael. Now, well, speaking of 185ers, Derrick Brunson got cut from the UFC. He's gone.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he had a fight coming up against Roman Dolidze. He pulled out, and they cut him. And that's the end of
Brunson.
What a weird career Derrick Brunson had. Such a weird career.
Talented though.
Very like the man has a win. I mean, I don't think he won really. I think that's one of the worst robberies ever. But he has a win over Anderson Silva.
Oh really? I didn't even know that.
It was at UFC 200, I think. Not 200.
Interesting.
But it was just a horrible decision. It was insane.
I did not know that.
Great career, ish, and
well, goodbye, Derrick.
We'll miss you, Derrick Brunson.
There's only room for one Derrick in the UFC.
Derrick Lewis,
who's just looking better and better every day.
Dude, I'm really hoping he can make some kind of crazy ass comeback. I still think they got to rebook him and Volkov, especially after how he looked against Ty.
I can't believe Ty didn't get his win.
Dude, Volkov looked amazing.
Volkov is just too big. It's not fair.
It was insane. Like he I've never seen a beatdown like that. Like it was so surgical. at like in his hometown. Like it was depressing.
Yeah.
Do you
have any other sweet notes?
Yeah. Before we completely jump off of last weekend's card, I think that Roman Kopylov is going to be champion of the world.
Do you?
I think that's the kind of prospect that he is, and it's just been very quiet up until now. But that was a ridiculous performance.
Right.
Ridiculous. Granted,
2 years
against Josh Frem, so it's not like, super high level, but that was brutal.
And that's the thing with these guys who are obviously better than their opponents right now. Like, and it's a clear. Like, I just want to see them against somebody that's on the same caliber.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, also this was a short notice. Yeah, but I think the fight to make right now, and he called for it, is him against Roman Dolidze. Also short notice.
The fight of the Romans.
Fight of the Romans.
I like that.
And then we'll see who's legit, because Roman Dolidze is also, I guess, still up and coming. And he got set back in the Vettori fight.
He did, because that was I had him destroying Vettori in my head.
Yeah, me too. I like I do every time. I underestimated how freaking brain dead Martin Vettori is.
It's so annoying.
You can't hurt him.
It's
even
so
Jared
annoying.
Cannonier had to land like 300 strikes, and he still just like rocked him.
But the thing is about Marvin Vettori that's even more annoying than how he can't get, like, you can't hurt him is how he'll do a performance like that against Roman Dolidze where you're like, oh, he's not terrible, and then he'll be what he was against Jared Cannonier.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was more Jared than it was Vettori. Like, Vettori fought like how he usually does.
For sure.
Cannonier was on something that night. Like, he hit another level.
He has some serious crystals.
Yeah. He brought out all the crystals for that fight.
Yeah, you should have seen the warm-up room. Just crystals everywhere.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, this card this weekend, I'm liking it. It's pretty stacked, and maybe you want to give some.
I don't know many
picks.
of it. I really don't know much of it.
Let's do it. Let's go through them.
I can go through it. Yeah.
We'll go through the main card.
Okay. Break it down.
I am sad that we're back to the Apex already.
Yes.
We had a few events that were all crowd.
I know.
Real good card. It starts off with Ricardo Ramos versus Charles Jourdain. Banger.
I'm a big Charles Jourdain fan.
Yeah.
So I'm going with
him.
For
sure.
Yeah.
Charles Jourdain. That's the pick.
Yes.
Brian Battle versus AJ Fletcher.
Brian Battle has been really good lately.
Yeah, he's like completely past my expectations.
100%.
Coming off of tough.
100%.
He's looked amazing. And he dropped down to 70. Like,
yeah, and that last fight was just ridiculous in his hometown.
Oh yeah, with Horiguchi?
Yeah,
no,
but
Gabe Green.
That head kick. It was like it happened in like 2 seconds.
Gabe Green.
I'm gonna go with him. Even though AJ Fletcher, he's okay. But I'm gonna go with Brian Battle.
I like it. And we got Marina Rodriguez versus the Karate Hottie, who you like don't like for some reason. I don't. What? Every time I've brought her up, you've been like, Michelle Watterson.
I don't think I've ever said anything about Michelle Watterson at all.
But this is an interesting one. This is a weird, like.
You said, wait, which Rodriguez is fighting?
Marina Rodriguez.
Okay, she's gonna win. Like,
Marina's in a weird spot because 2 fights ago she was in title talks, and now she's like,
I know she's gonna win. This is a good fight for her.
All right, so we're going Marina.
This is a layup for her. It's gotta be
a layup, dude. That could bite you in the ass,
dude. Michelle Watterson's like 40 years old.
Hey, bro. Be nice, bro.
She's not listening. It's okay.
All right, sure.
It's okay.
Then we got Bryce Mitchell, Dan Ige. Who you got?
After the 9/11 conspiracy talk that you brought up earlier, we're gonna have to go with Bryce Mitchell.
Okay, cool. That'll be a nice clip.
For sure.
And then main event, Rafael Fiziev versus Mateusz Gamrot.
We're going with the Rafael.
Rafael it is.
Yeah, for sure.
There you have it, folks. That's Jared's picks.
Take it. Put your house on it.
Yeah.
Put your kids on it.
Bet your life, bet your soul on it.
Yeah, put your soul on that bet.
Man. Oh, man.
Got anything else, my man?
I mean, you got anything else?
No, man. I've just been dropping matchmaking hits today. Yeah. So
some gems.
Yeah, my work here.
They should hire you.
My work here is done. I'm gonna call Dana White and tell him not to ever do an interview with Piers Morgan again, and to let me do the matchmaking.
I thought it was a good interview.
I just don't like Piers. He's British, man. You know that. I don't like British people.
True.
Yeah, it's not that it was bad. He asked the good questions. It was fine.
Yeah,
but
it did seem like slightly disingenuous the whole time. But I guess that's just how British people sound.
No. it was because
Like he was asking good questions.
Well,
He
'cause
was
Pierce-
staying quiet.
Yeah, well, Pierce is very left, and he knows Dana's right, so
Yeah.
they he definitely a little bit of it was disingenuous. I don't disagree.
But he did what he did.
He's like, oh, so what were the repercussions when you slapped your wife? He's like, what?
Your parents died. How do you feel about that?
That must have caused you to have a lot of drive to be so successful.
Your parents died last week. Thoughts?
Yeah. He's like, actually, I don't have any. I'm not fazed by it at all.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, but yeah, great time. And honestly, we should have Dana White. I think we'll give him a better interview.
For sure. We would.
So let's make it happen.
Yeah, I won't ask you about your parents dying, Dana, or about your New Year's controversy.
We'll just ask you about 9/11 conspiracy.
Yeah, I'll just ask you for I'll be like, hey, my name is Kyle from Nelk Boys. Could you give me $200,000, Dana?
We'll do the light stuff.
Yeah. We'll be like, hey, here's my address.
Can you wire me some money? Is that how that works?
Can I be your son?
Can I bring a little person around and you're just going to be like, oh my God, this is awesome, and put him in a video game?
Hey, Dana, your parents died a few weeks ago. My dad died. Can I be your son?
Can we be best friends now? We have so much in common.
I think I would be a great addition to your family, Mr. White.
You just become like obsessed. You shave your head bald.
Yeah.
You start talking like him.
Dana, you know what your family needs? A blind son.
Let me in, brother.
Yeah,
let me in.
It'll help you be friends with Trump. You don't have to
Jared
worry.
White.
Yeah.
It's got a nice ring to it.
Yeah,
Jared
I'm white. I'm white, you know?
It works. And
let's wrap this up.
This is when we know to just go to sleep or something.
Boop, boop, boop.
Thank you guys for watching.
Yes.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, all that fun stuff.
Fun.
Jared, you got anything else?
No, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for talking to me, Sal. Really, thank you.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course, man. Thank
It
you.
means a lot. It means a lot.
We should get that thank you for being my friend. The Golden Girls theme song.
Later.